Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. I have a moon reading today, and I did record it actually yesterday, but there is no sound. And I really don't get it. I just checked again today. It's same. I didn't change anything, but yesterday was no sound. So I really hope this works. I checked it out. So let's go to share with the chart now. It's a dark moon today, and again, I want to stress that this is not new moon, this is dark moon. We do not see the moon. The new moon is the new moon that is visible in the sky the third day after dark moon. And there is so much now that we have to change and unlearn, that we really let go of all that old metrics crap, that brainwash, which is also part of the most of the New Age movement that is still trying to help people, to elevate them, to give them things, which is actually not working. When you go a true spiritual path, you have to stand up for yourself. And it's not an easy way, and the journey is not pink at all. So the think pink doesn't work, but it is much, much deeper, the transformation we go through. And this is actually a reflection of this chart, what I'm going to talk about it. So when we have Leo as the rising sign here, we have a situation that what is highlighted in this time quality right now is the ego, the personality. It is that karma in the back with the heaviest. You can see here is Mars in the 12th house. This is the karmic aspect. It's always that that sign that leaps into first house with the planet. So there is a male dominance. We mostly know that, right? There has been an ego dominance. That is, we can also say the false king or the false rulers that have not ruled in like to help the people to survive, to keep order, but they have ruled to enrich themselves and for power. So this is the karma that is here. We can see also that from this karma with Mars, we have this triangle here, the green triangle, which is a finger of God aspect going to Pluto, to the transformation sign in Capricorn. And Capricorn is the place where things die, is the last material, physical materialization sign. And here it's the last step is like in winter when all the trees have no leaves anymore and the leaves have fallen, and we see the structure of the tree. So the transformation that we have to go through now is that to learn to see the structure, to learn to see what is really going on. I'm not saying learn to see the truth, because the truth is very individual depending on your consciousness level. So we see the very fat line is going here to the Sun and Moon conjunction, which is in conjunction also in addition with Jupiter in Gemini. So Gemini is about communication. Sun and Moon, female and male principle, yin and yang, come together to communicate. And this is also why it is so important to see here that it's dark moon and not new moon, because this is the moment of conception. This is the moment that something is being conceived for the next cycle. Here we talk about the moon cycle that is coming into existence. And it is about communication. It is about maybe we move from understanding into understanding with Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, who shows that, see, the moon is standing on the cross, is breaking through the barriers, like, you know, you have the box here where you're not supposed to move beyond according to the brainwash. So you move and you push that box away to stick your head up to see something. And maybe a good metaphor to this is when you are walking in a valley. Say you're driving a car and you don't even see around the next corner. You have no idea, even if you know the road, you know the houses, but you don't know what will be there when you come in that moment. It might be night, it might be day, it might be sunshine, it might be rain. So every time, even if you travel a similar road, it's different and you don't see around the corner. But if you go up the mountain and you see from the mountain, you look down, or if you, instead of having a car, you're in a helicopter and you're flying above, you see the whole picture. This is what is happening now when we move beyond that box that has limited us for so many centuries, millennia in the dark matrix. And now it's time to move beyond, to see what is really the truth, to unlearn everything what we have been told, to feel inside, to stop following teachings, but to feel inside who we truly are. And this is the moment that also like this is in 10th house, which is according to a Capricorn, also the last step of before we completely lose our physical body. This is reaching our goal here. We have this in Taurus, like that means that in a moment here now with Taurus, we are manifesting something different. We are not manifesting anymore our physical body, but here is Uranus, which is the ruler of 11th house, where the persona is, the Mercury. That is meaning that our persona is now in the process of being reconnected to the self, to the higher self. And we have this green line here that is a support aspect to help us to manifest our spiritual presence on the planet Earth. And again, I say that so often, we are human beings. And in that body, so the body hosts our spirit, and that is what makes us human, because otherwise we just would be a lump of flesh and nothing would work out if we don't have the spirit within. And this is the clothes, the costume. That's why it's called in the Latin word persona. That is the person. The persona is a clothes, is a personare means talking through. That means I talk through the clothes of my body. And this is the body inside. The consciousness is inside and connected with my three brains, which is that brain here that thinks. Then we have the heart brain, which is the deeper feeling. Then we have the gut brain, which is connected to our energy reservoir. And if we don't work with these brains and bring back the harmony, the balance, like, you know, it's the energy is going like this in a number 8 form, in an infinity symbol. If this is not in harmony, and the heart is not connected either to the upper or the lower part, then we are one-sided. And I was talking so much about balance in my solstice reading, and it comes here again in that way. If we don't find the balance between yin and yang, between the divine and the human, between the third and the fifth dimension, or the fourth dimension for the first step, then we cannot really function. And this is what is happening in the moment that we are moving beyond all this pretension. And this is why it's going so horrible out in the world. A lot of people have chosen to transit now, to transit out of this body, because this is their big chance to move forward. Because in the moment when you leave the body and you have the oversight what's going on, this is your very big and last chance to change something, to choose consciously where you want to go. And this is also here that transformation. So we have it in Capricorn. Transformation generally when it's like with 8,000 Scorpion connected, which is the root here. It might be a Scorpio transition into another consciousness level within your body, and you don't have to let go of the body. But as I see in the world what is happening right now, there is a lot of people who have changed chosen to change their state of being into moving beyond the physical body. And so don't judge what is happening outside. Don't judge the people on whatever front and whatever level they are. They are just also doing what they have to do, what they came to do. And even in the power sources, and I'm not talking about those archons or fallen angels, whatever you want to call them, who have hijacked the organic matrix and put the false matrix in front of it. I'm talking about the yin yang in an organic matrix. They're always I hate that to say the good and bad ones, but if we don't have any challenge, we have no chance to move forward. As long as everything is going smooth, Okay, you might be happy for a while, but then it get boring. So you want the challenge. So we need the yin and yang, and that's what we actually have chosen. That's why we are here. If you would want to be in close to unity in whatever consciousness, then it's just beingness, but it's not experience. Experience, X means out, stepping out. So we are in existence, having experience. And that is what happened. And that is like the divine being, the divine me is having a human experience. And it's only just a little part of me, of the true divine self that is in this body. So when we see here the challenges that are here is the consciousness has to be healed, and that is Chiron in Pisces. The healing, the Pisces is the flushing away of everything. Is going also with Saturn and Neptune here. Neptune in its own sign is like the Saturn is forcing you to do something. The energy of Saturn makes sure that you cannot look to the other side. You cannot turn around. You will be faced with it. You will be confronted. So you will be confronted with letting go in the moment, to dissolve programs, to let go people from your life. People will move away, or they will die, or whatever. It's okay, because the fact that you will hate me for that, I know. The fact that mourning is mostly just egoism, because I don't want to let go of that person. But that person has the free will. I cannot do anything for anybody. Everybody has to do it, him or herself. And the more I try to help, the more I actually hold the person back from their own destiny. So keep your fingers away in the moment and let people do whatever they want, even if you think it's horrible. It doesn't matter, because everybody has a journey. Everybody has his or her own journey and has incarnated in this moment in time to come to manifest the divine self and to move beyond all the dogma. And with Venus, the new beginning of the new human perception, in a way, that is moving forward, like in Aries, is always the first start. It is about that healing. And here, see, we have the karmic aspect here from the sun, moon, Jupiter constellation, that we have not been able to manifest our God self because we were so clouded with the brainwash that we forgot who we were. Now, this is now to manifest again the divine me, the divine human, having a human experience. And really don't identify anymore with the personality. As you don't identify with your hand. I have a hand, I have the face, I have ears, I have a nose, but I am not my nose, not my ears, not my hand. That's part of that body. And the being that live in my body is not the body. That is the life energy, the divine energy that we have within. And again, most of you know that the chakras are not really something that is to work with now, because in fact, we have the energy centers within directly connected with our higher self. I am absolutely convinced that the chakras and many other things that is taught in the New Age, especially what is promoted by the mainstream, is from the archons, and there are implants, demonic implants, whatever you want to call them, to steal our energy. And that is the energy that the archons need to live, because they cannot create themselves. So they need us for the creation. That's why companies look for people who are innovative. They steal their creations and then they hide it, and or maybe somebody else take credit for it, because this is just an employee. So the boss and the company or whatever it is like the one that want to shine outside. But the people who really are innovative, they are very often not receiving what they deserve. And this is now the shift that is going on. So to get there is to take personal responsibility, the ability to respond to the divine that you are, and start to create your life. You have to let go of any revenge, whatever has been done to you was not really done by anybody. And if it's rape, whatever, it is the thing that you have attracted in this moment of time because you are redeeming this human life, not just for yourself, but all those so-called past lives, which actually never have been you, but have been personalities of the same soul. And you take on unfinished business from several of those personalities to complete the journey so you can ascend. So generally people who listen to my readings, they're not so many, but quality over quantity. And this is what is happening in the moment, that we have to let go of all that to manifest our true human self, the divine human self, to go into this transformation. So it's definitely not the time to open a new business or whatever, even not time for traveling. It's time to go inside, and that break through that. Traveling is the traveling inside into a higher realm of consciousness, and definitely not the physical part. You might go in a mountain retreat or something like that, which would be maybe beneficial because you find there the environment of the serenity that you need for that transformation. You will find maybe the quiet place where you can contemplate about what you really are, and have that stillness within, that you finally can get into contact with the divine that you truly are. And this is the support that you have in here with the blue lines. The moment you transform and let go of also those people who hold you down, and you can see that it's the emotional part of the top of the water, the waves. You have to dive deep inside to go into that transformation, to find that divine within. You will not find it without, and you will not find it in all this new age scene places. You cannot buy books, you cannot read them to get enlightened. Music will not help you, and might help to calm you down. Whatever, no therapist can fix you. You have to face it yourself. That's the only way to go. The only way forward now is to manifest. The goal is to manifest your spiritual essence in your physical body. We can say that this chart is a gateway. This chart can, this day of the dark moon is like a gate into a higher consciousness, and you can use it or you cannot. It's up to everybody. And this is a very big chance now with these constellations, that part of that time quality, to find that stillness within. It's like the 3 days that you don't see the moon, it's the day before the dark moon itself and the day after. In this darkness, when you are here to transform your ego, connected with your higher self, that at the end the ego is a reflection, the persona is the reflection of the true spirit that you are. Again, it's the human, is the reflection of the divine being in this physical body. I wish you a beautiful meditation, and this is going on for the next couple of weeks till the full moon, and that you have kind of time to manifest that. And I hope that helps you to understand what is going on in the moment. Okay, so bye-bye for now. See you in my next reading. Bye-bye.